Hey guys, my name is Ryan, and we're back again with another Spirit Island video. Today, we're playing as Towering Roots of the Jungle against Scotland 6. Let's go! We got board B. Alright, fantastic. Okay, yep, it's the high of everything, not sands, no blight, beautiful, let's give it a go. We starting off with a Jungles Explore. It's always nice when you get one of the coastal lands as you're starting to explore, so that way you can circumvent Scotland 1 for that one little turn, but we're not quite so lucky here. Let's see, what do we want to do? Basically just going to G3 spam, make sure that we have enough energy to do everything. We might do a G2 next turn just to make this blight not happen. And we can then maybe use a Entwine the Fates of All in land number 4 to defend it. But for now, we're just going to do a G3. So gain a minor. I like adding wilds to the wetlands and the mountains on the coast. That seems really nice to me. These other cards, we could do a Dry Woods Explodes in land number 4 and just make it empty for right now. That might not be such a bad idea. It dramatically reduces the amount of plastic in the land. Because if we just defend it without Dahan, and we get the back-to-back in a couple turns, like if we get jungles again, then we'd be staring down 8 damage, whereas if we Dry Woods it, we'd only be staring down 5 damage. And 5 damage, Entwine can solve it with just a Sacred Site. So this could provide a lot of value for us, assuming that because we're pretty quickly going to get 2 Stage 2 cards and then a Stage 3 card, so I think that is a worthwhile investment. So we gain an energy. If we're going to play this, do we want to play anything else? We could do like a Blooming Rocks, just tossing that out there. We could also do a Radiant, but that's pretty expensive to get rid of just an Explorer. Yeah, we already can just like throw a Vitality in there. So I like the idea of doing a Blooming Rock and Thorns. Gives us the ability, whichever one explores next, we can add a Vitality, or if we get the Sands next, then we can just add a Wilds here to land number 7. Seems like a pretty solid first turn. Okay. And then we'll pay an energy to do this fast, to Fear and a damage. Skipping Thriving Trade. This one's always pretty awkward against Scotland. Triple City is just like a lot to deal with. I mean, we could just add Vitality, so we're better than most other spirits at handling it, but it's just awkward. Although being able to make a quick pocket is pretty nice. Okay, so we will build out the jungles, exploring the mountains. Yeah, that would just be like an absurd amount of damage. Okay, and then let's see. What I can do is I can gather the Explorer out of this and then add a Wilds here. So we can use our Innate to pull that guy out. And then, yeah, we'll be sitting pretty. All right. We are planning on just taking a Vitality so that we can just ignore everything that's going on here. But the problem with that is that then we need to jump our Incarna over to land number 2. Maybe last turn we should move the Explorer this way. Yeah, we'll move the Explorer this way, do that. That way we can actually do a G3, add a presence, jump our Incarna, and then we can use our Entwine the Fates. We can even get the benefits of the Dahan, because things can't die at the Incarna. That's what we're going to do instead. Okay, so we're going to G3 again, gaining an energy, gaining a minor. Ooh, Carapace Land. I like that quite a bit. We have plenty of other... Well, not plenty. We have this thing on the top track, so we could pretty easily get this up to 6 defend, which is important because you look at a lot of 5 damage ravages on the coast, right? Town into city. I think that's going to be the best card here. Okay, let's just gain some energy, and then we'll swap that out. We will Entwine. And do we even want to play another card? We could do a Boon of Resilient Power. If we play this, that gets us some Explorer control, lets us remove a town. Right, we can bring this back right there. That's fine. I like that. So let's go with this. We're going to defend 2. Up here in the corner. And then add an Explorer to a land. No invaders, no Dahan. So we go right there, and then the Beast portion immediately kills it. We do get a slow to fast. But I don't think there's anything worth doing a slow to fast on right now. Yeah, we're not even going to get a fear card if we do the right innate. So let's do nothing. Ravage. And then we have the Scotland 6. Okay, build the mountains. And explore. There we go. We got our back-to-back jungles just like we were worried about. Okay. Ooh, you know what I just realized? I wanted to do the Boon of Resilient Power forget itself to itself trick, but that's not going to work here because then if I forget this, then I get no innates, but I can't do these first because I don't have Sacred Sites. So if I gain a major, probably this Drywood has probably seen everything it's going to do. So we'll do a boon, we'll target ourselves, go here, gaining a major. And what do we have? Infestation of Venomous Spiders is just a nice skip, always useful. Talons of Lightning. It's a little expensive for what it does. Wounded Wild should be pretty easy to threshold with our suite of elements that we already have. We know we're going to forget this Drywood. Because there's no lemons in here, so that we're going to have to forget to itself. Cast Down's probably going to be too expensive, though I wouldn't completely count it out. 6 energy a turn is quite a bit. I think the safe early pick is just going to be Venomous Spiders. Okay. And then here we can gather and explore. We could also bring in a Dahan. The benefit of bringing in this Dahan would be to prevent it from transforming into a town from that event. Because if it happens in the 2, that's fine. I think I'll leave it there for now. And then we're going to get a fear, and then we're going to remove a town. Okay. So we can Carapace Land here, and we can Entwine here. So we should be able to solve both of these lands. We could even Carapace Land right here this turn. And we could add a Vitality, but then Carapace Land it anyways, mostly because we have nothing else to do. And then that will allow us to save that Vitality for the future. Just gives us a little bit more flexibility to work with. Then we'll set up a Reclaim. So let's gain a minor, adding a Vitality this time, so no extra energy. And what do we have? We could do an Enticing Splendor. Just gather this town out. And then we're good. We don't need to do anything else there. Favor the Sunlit Dark. It's perfect elements for us. Allows us to hit the 3 elements that actually lets us like gain an advantage on the board. And these elements are important. If we plan on keeping this guy here for a while, we need a plan to get rid of these cities. And we could even use Favor as a defend 4. Seems like a very useful effect. But denying a city from existing is pretty sweet. Because we do have to remember, there's one more possible back-to-back with this stage 3 card. So jungles could come up again. And so if we just let this go, we're looking at 10 damage Ravage down the line. And that's quite a bit. And that's a big reason why Enticing Splendor could be the pick. Also, if we Enticing Splendor this town out, and then it does explore build, or, Scotland 6 again, we might, probably not, but we could be able to radiate it. How are we looking on moons? We have a few. I think Enticing Splendor's got to be the pick. As much as I hate to say that. Alright, let's make a Sacred Site. Are we going to need 2 Sacred Sites? Or should I just spread my presence out more? Because if we gather that out, then we don't need to defend it with the Entwine. And Carapace Land doesn't require a Sacred Site. So let's just put this out here and give us the opportunity to be in, like, there's that one where if you're in land with 4 Dahan, you get a free minor power. Let's do that. Carapace Land, Entice... Ooh, wait, but if we Carapace Land and Enticing Splendor... Okay, we'll put our presence here, but gather it out this way. That way we can preserve this vitality. Event. During the next Ravage action, increase damage to the land by the current invader stage. Ooh, we lose the vitality anyways. Isolate land with Beast, we get a Fear. Add a Dahan to a land with the most Dahan. Thank you. And then defend 2. So this goes up to 8, and it'll be 8 damage going to the land. So that means we will be fully defended. We do not need to remove a Blight. So Ravage, Scotland 6, build. Exploring the wetlands. Now we have to add a town to a land with the fewest towns, so it's one of these 2. That will just immediately ravage. So let's go here. And in the slow phase, we can gather an explorer, gather a Dahan, and we can remove an explorer. There's really no way to, like, get good value out of that. Let's go here with the plan on going this way in a second. Okay, now we need to reclaim. And we're going to add presence select, but we know we're going to Carapace Land to defend this. Let's see. What do we pair with it? Thinking about doing like a blooming of the rocks and trees to add a vitality there. Could also just do an Enticing Splendor just to deny a city from existing, just to make sure that we're less likely to get that lost condition. Because the 3 into the coastal is when we're really likely to hit that lost condition. And until we hit Terror level 2, we're not going to be able to remove towns with this Radiant and Hollow Grove. So if we're doing this, if we take this sun, we're still a plant short. But everything we're doing is pretty cheap right now. So I like going bottom track. If we can pick up the 3rd card play in the plant, that'll give us access to the max everything. Until we get that 3rd card play in the plant, which of course this is more efficient than like splitting, this unlocks our highest amount of power. And then we reclaim, so it has to be a range 0 growth. So we'll go here, gather you, and defend you for 6. Okay. Terror level 1. Okay, build action. It gives us a adjacent explorer. So I mean, we can build here, add an explorer here. We can build here, add an explorer here. Oh, we're going to build here first. Because of Scotland 6, there will be no adjacent land, so that's marginally better. Push a town from a land with beast. Sure. 2 fear per land with Dahan and city. Thank you. We could use all the fear that we can get. Strife. Okay, Ravage. Scotland 6. Build. Exploring the jungle's wetlands. Alright. Looks like we, good thing we're not playing board D. Holy board D special here, Batman. Oh my gosh. That would be insane. Alright, slow powers. What do we got? We can gather an explorer, and that's about it. Because of all these back-to-backs, we're not going to get very far with just that. But I guess we could pick you up. We could also gather a Dahan. So... But we don't have any way of defending if we were to put the 2 Dahan right there. So perhaps we'll just gather the Dahan this way. Well, it's better to go here because of the back-to-back. Because reclaiming for the Carapace land won't get us there. Man, I was really hoping to not get a wetlands there. Because then we could just grow in and entwine and we'd all be hunky-dory. But alas. Probably going to wind up having to take a blight here to make it all work. We could do an infestation of venomous spiders here. Yeah, so let's grab the Dahan over. We'll infest with venomous spiders. Put the explorer here. Then we could defend this land on the next turn. And that will kill the towns. Then after the build, we'll have a city here and here. No city here. Okay, that's the plan. So if we infest, bloom, and if we're taking a blight here, then it's going to die. So we could just bring it back with a boon of resilient power. That's a pretty sweet looking turn. So we'll do all of this. And we will gain an energy with a G3. Uncanny Melting will allow us to remove that blight. Anything else here look exciting? Not particularly. Call to Guard won't really get us anywhere. Yeah, let's take this Uncanny Melting just to hold on to it. Okay, we'll add a beast. Gather a beast. 2 fear and 2 actions to skip. Event. Okay, we get an Omens token. And that would have to go into land number 6. Or we could lose an energy and then flip our Uncanny Melting into a new miner. I'm not like super crazy about Uncanny Melting anyways, so let's do that. So we'll go here, get you, and then gain a miner. And yeah, Teeming Rivers takes away the same blight. So like, it accomplishes that same goal. It's marginally better elements with the plant sun. Call to Isolation is pretty cute. We can just kick these 2 towns out. They don't even have to worry about defending the land. Let's take this Teeming Rivers. Okay, 1 damage per beast. Thank you. Okay, lands with Dahan have defend 2. Ooh, that becomes a defend 2. And we could just choose to let this happen, and we could skip the build and the explore, which is actually just insane. Okay, that's insane. Defend 3 in all coastal lands. Beautiful. All right. Ravage, Blight, here. Town first, Scotland 6. Okay, build. We will then get rid of one of the skips. This will build. This will build. This will build. Explore, get rid of the other action skip, and then we have to add 2 towns here. That's pretty excellent. Okay. That's pretty sweet. Now what do we got? We got, we can remove 2 towns. We can gather Dahan, Explore, and Town. So we could go gather, remove you 2, adding a fear each. That's both of our innates. We can go here to add both a vitality and a wilds to either one of these lands. With this one being a 50% chance of coming up, that's at least going to build, but that build isn't so bad at all. Especially as we're getting closer and closer to Terra level 2. Yeah, let's go here, so that's... nope, not you. You. That's really strong. Unfortunately, land number 6 is going to hurt a lot right now, but it is what it is. And now we can do the Boon of Resilient Power and forget it to itself. So let's get a major. Oh my gosh. This card is like the perfect card for us, right? It's the same. It's the moon is like your offensive element, and your earth is your defensive element, like your control, and that's your offense. And of course, offense is what you ultimately need to win games. So getting a defensive tool that has that offensive element is really nice. So yeah, it's pretty hard to say no to this. Although, Instruments of Their Own Ruin, you can't just like pass it by without looking at it. We got the sun, fire, and animal. So we could 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we could grow top and then threshold this, I believe, because it's going to cost me 7. Sun, 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 4th sun, 2nd fire, 2nd animal, targeting this land, and it'll pop these 2 lands, prevent a blight cascade, prevent me from going blighted. Golly, it's hard to say no to that. Yeah, let's do it. Sucks to pass up on the other one, but cool. This looks pretty solid. Go here, here, here. Growing here, gaining an energy. Just need a sacred... Oh, yeah, and this came back, so we'll put that back right there. And we can put you here. We could cascade this way, so that way we don't flip the blight card. Oh, still have to gain a card. This guy gains so many cards. It's actually insane. It's like too many cards. Honestly, just Raw Fear seems like the ticket. None of these cards are like game-breaking, but Raw Fear seems pretty solid. Call to 10 is genuinely playable because we can like use our innate to gather a Dahan, bring a Dahan over, and then remove the blight. Normally this card's like really awkward, but I think it's actually playable here. What other blight removal options do we have? This will remove that blight. Yeah, at least that has some amount of utility. We have defend cards. Maybe moving Dahan is playable. Is it better? Well, no, we need the sun. Okay. Actually, wait, no. I want to put my presence here for the turn. That way we could reclaim and then defend it for 6. If that's the direction we choose to go. Fast phase. So we'll go here on you. And then I guess we just get 2 fear and remove and explore. Event. Add a town to a coastal land adjacent to a coastal town. Okay, we have infinite defense. Bees kill explorers. Dahan to a land with Dahan, but no blight or disease. Definitely here. That's where we're going to need it next. Move and explore town for land where it's the only invader. Nada. Alright, so we'll ravage here first, and there's more than enough damage to kill everything adjacent. So that'll all die. Then here we'll take a blight. You die. Cascade into the 5. Okay, Scotland 6. Then let's build. So we get a city, town, and a town. Exploring the sands. So wilds and that. Look at that. Insane value. Okay. Slow phase. We have teeming rivers, so we can just remove this blight. Gather and explore and remove a town. There's almost no explorers on the board. That's kind of what Scotland does, huh? We'll just remove that town. Okay, so we'll defend the 3 for 6 with our Carapace land. We can entwine the Fates of All here. So that solves both of those. And do we want to go top or bottom? I think we'll go top. Because with this, now we can hit max and 8 on everything. And this gives us more energy so we can play to, like, win. Okay, so we'll gain some energy. Here, and not you. You. 1, 2, and we get a 3rd card. I don't think it's possible to get too much farther here, but if we get a tri-element card, we can remove an extra invader. So we could play this, start to develop a little bit of offense. Okay, so Carapace land will defend you for 6. We'll defend you for 4. And then here we'll take 2 fear, and now we're at terror level 2, so we can remove a town, and then an adjacent town. We'll just get rid of you. Though I wonder if we were to have instead played something else besides Entwine the Fates. It just needs to be a Moon Plant card. Actually, there isn't any. Okay, that's fine. This plays around +1 damage very nicely. So we removed all that. That's all slow. Let's go to the Invader phase. +1 damage. Hey, look at that. 1 damage per beast. Don't mind if I do. Added Han to a land with the Han and no tokens. So this extra Dahan here will full clear the land, which is a really nice deal. Because then, after it builds, we can gather the town out with our innate, so we don't need to invest any actions into next Ravage. And we can just play proactively. Okay, 1 damage each up to invaders. I believe we can't even take damage at our Incarno, right? Not that it's going to make any difference whatsoever. Yeah, they can't be damaged. So this doesn't actually do anything, but we'll do that. Scapegoats. Kill off. Now there's no explorers on the board. Then some defense. Okay, so a whole lot of nothing going on. Ravage, we lose our vitality. Destroy the buildings. There's no Scotland 6. This will build. And exploring the mountain jungles. Okay, we can gather and explore in a town and then remove 2 towns. Alright, time to start pulling some majors. I feel like the layout of where all the invaders are just doesn't make sense for instruments. I'm very willing to forget that card. And of course, we're doing the extra energy, so we'll do that. Rumbling Earthquake. There we go. That's the type of card that we're looking for. Go top. We gain that. Let's see. We're short in Earth to threshold it. But I think I would want to actually move my Incarna out and then still play it because it'll kill 2 cities here and it'll kill city town here. That's pretty solid. And then we could do like a Rumbling Earthquake and we could pair it with this Blooming Rock and Thorn so that we get a Vitality in this land still. That's definitely the game-winning card. Force of Living Obsidian, right? Like move the Incarna out, make sure there's still a Sacred Site here. And then we can hit this. It'll kill both the towns, kill 1 city. And we have that for fire. Sun's all good, and then the earth. We play this, and then all we need is 2 fire to threshold it. It's definitely really strong in the 6. And it's cheaper than Rumbling Earthquake. Huh. Those are definitely the 2 cards to pick. And Force of Living Obsidian is cheaper, so that's going to be the pick. Let's forget this Teeming Rivers. Okay, 1, 2, and then so in the short term, I'm going to leave this here, and we'll probably use our first forest here in the 6. Grow right there, and we do an Enticing Splendor, gather you out, but that can just be defended for 6, and we'll be okay. I think that'll be the play. No moon. That is kind of annoying. We can gather a city, which makes this land a lot smaller. Okay. Fast phase, nothing. Event. Extra explorers. Beast to a land with no buildings, no blight. For completely arbitrary reasons. Into a land without setup symbols. This land does not have setup symbols. Thank you. That's how I was planning on using my Call to Tend anyways, was to get those guys over. Maybe I should go this way. Because these guys are kind of just stuck doing nothing. But they have fewer adjacencies. This could at least go that way and this way. Strife for land with or adjacent to beast. Okay, cool. So because we can gather a town and a city and an explorer, we can gather these 2 out. It'll build a town. So I'm going to strife this town. Then I can gather everything else out of the land. And then we don't need to invest 0 actions to solve the 4. Ravage, Scotland 6. Build. Boom, boom, boom. Exploring the Sands Mountains with extra explorers. Okay. So now here we gather Explorer Town City. So we can get Town City Explorer. Don't need to gather a Dahan. We can use this just to remove a blight. This, we could add a vitality here. Let's hold off on that for a second. Add a Badlands, 2 damage to each invader with the Badlands kills a city as well. Just to start gaining some progress on the board. Might as well just get double value here in the 1. So we'll do that. Okay. So we could add a vitality here. But we need to reclaim so that we can defend this land. So we'll just infest it or instruments it. Reclaim. Adding a presence here. Okay, energy, so we got Carapace land. We could do venomous spiders. Gosh, we could almost threshold it. Which is unfortunate because nothing can die in the 2. Might as well entwine. We only get 3 card plays, so we'd probably be better off playing this. Maybe I should have just had a vitality here. That was poor thinking. I guess we haven't seen any new information. I could just do it. Yeah, it would be way better. I'm going to commit to my mistakes. Okay. Defend 6. 2 fear, remove a town, remove a town. Then add a beast, gather a beast, and 2 fear. And 2 skips. Basically just relying on a fear card and event to solve the 7. There's a lot of things that'll solve it. Like Years of Little Rain. Okay, so we can just forget a card with water. That will proliferate us all the way done. 2 damage in every land with beast. Okay. And then defend with Dahan. Downgrade a town in a coastal land. Removes an explorer town from a land with explorer and town from a land with beast. So we can remove, we just can't kill things. Okay. Jungle Mountains. That is one of our skips. And then we Scotland 6. And then we'll build. Or sorry, that's a skip. And then we'll explore the Sands Wetlands. Alright. We can gather a town. And I don't want to gather anything else. We could remove 2 explorers. Very nice. Well, we pretty much have to end the game here because we are running out of time. This is our last chance to use slow powers. Lordy, lordy, lordy. We'll just gain a major with a vitality being added. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't have the water to threshold you. I mean, honestly, instruments. We got the fire. We need the animal. With Vigor of the Breaking Dawn seems pretty solid. And we said we're adding a vitality, so let's do that. If we take this Vigor, that'll put us up to 7 cost. Means we're not going to be able to threshold this instruments, but we also might not need to. With this Vigor. Vigor does plenty on its own. Especially with this Enticing Splendor. Yeah, let's take it. So we'll go Vigor, Enticing Splendor, and anything with Moon, I suppose. Just to get a little something going. And we have to forget a card. So we're not going to have another slow phase, so Forest is gone. Okay. We can go here for defend 2. we can, let's see, we need to get rid of cities in order to win. So we could Enticing Splendor here. And then we can Vigor to kill, move, kill. Instruments here. Going for a kill on that. That seems wrong. I feel like I should have gathered and then hit that way. Event. Cities Rise. That is not what I wanted. We'll definitely upgrade this one since it's already defended. Beast Push. We can push you over here where you're going to be inactive. Oh, wait, we have to Han defend too, so we'll just leave that there for the fear. I almost want to push this way and just gamble. Strife other invaders in this land. Okay, cool. Yep, perfect. So yeah, we strike this and get that kill. That dies. Removes an explorer or town from, or remove a city from a sacred site. Thank you. Replaces a explorer town with a Han and a land with the Han or adjacent to 3 or more. So if we get rid of this, then that will turn off Scotland's... No, there's no Han in this land. Dang it. Okay. So we'll Ravage. Scotland 6. Within 1 range. I'm pretty sure this does Scotland 6. Because it's within 1 range of itself. Okay, build. Build. Exploring the mountain wetlands. Okay. We could gather city, town, like that. I guess an explorer as well. Fear. We just need to get 4 fear to win the game. And I think Vigor of the Breaking Dawn will just kill all this, move, and then end the game for us. So I think that's the game plan. We'll just go here. We'll Vigor. Could do that. We could just need to get animal element out there. And then, yep, we'll Vigor. 6 damage. Moving 2 to Han over. More damage. And that is a fear victory on the last phase of the game. Turn 11. Oh my gosh, that's a long game. I feel like we got Years of Little Rain in like the most useless time possible. We had pretty much already cleared our tracks, and so that didn't make any difference whatsoever. That was pretty funny. Although it did make a difference here, saving 1 blight from happening. That might have mattered. Anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching. Have yourselves a glorious day.